Let's do a painting. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Ken Johnson. So, unlike a lot of YouTube channels that they're niche specific, you got homestead channels, you got gardening channels, you got cooking channels, you got hunting and fishing channels. Mine is a live channel. You're following along with me, watching my life, watching what I do. And one of the things that I do is feather paintings. Now, since the majority of my viewers are male, I've got about a 75 to 80% male population watching my videos at any given time. Most of them are between the ages of 18 and 55. So many of my viewers probably are not going to want to watch this video, and I understand that. But there are some guys that they find this interesting. For instance, this is a wild turkey feather, and so they would find this interesting. So I thought you might like it. Also, last year I did a video on some Christmas ornaments, and that one took off really well. I was impressed with that. I used to do this all the time. This was one of the things I was known for, and then I got in an accident back in 2019. It messed up my eyes and a bunch of stuff and made it very difficult to paint. It's still very difficult for me to paint compared to what it was back then. And also in 2021, I got my Facebook hacked. And Facebook, which is now Meta, they never did restore my page. So I lost the feather painting by Ken Johnson. It's still up, but if you contact it, it's not going to be me, it's going to be the hackers. So please don't contact them. But they had all my feather painting stuff on it. And I lost a few other things, a few other pages I was in control of. But I've won awards as a heritage artist doing feather paintings. I thought you might like this. So this is a little building right here, covered bridge, something like that. It's real small. You can't hardly see from this angle what it is. You have to look up close up, and the reason why is this feather is so small. Now I do big feathers, so if you want a big feather, I can paint a big feather. They just cost a lot more. You're talking about a painting that might be low end $250, and I've sold them all the way at $500. So yeah, they get expensive. But I also do very small feathers, and like my ornaments, I sell those for $35 a piece. And so those little ornaments are affordable. This right here, framed, I haven't talked to the framer yet to see what the new prices are due to inflation, cost of living, because prices went bonkers. But this would definitely be in the $200 range right here if it was professionally framed. But I thought you'd like it. You gotta realize I used a lighter, and that's just to show you in comparison how big the painting is. So this feather, the actual painted part of the feather, you're talking about maybe the length of a lighter and the width of two lighters. So two lighter widths. So if you think like a big lighter, that's what you're looking at in comparison. So anyway, I thought you would like this picture. I hope you follow along, and leave a comment down below what you think. So what we're going to do today is try to do some feather painting. I hadn't done this in a while. It never was really popular on my channel, and I got a few views, but it tends to go in waves. It's only really popular around Christmas time for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because everybody's trying to get gifts, and this is a unique gift that you can get for somebody. But what I'm going to do is take a little white and a little bit of blue, and the blue I'm using is a lake blue. You can use any light blue, doesn't matter. But you do need to mix white with all your paints, because anytime that you paint on a mottled or dark surface, you always tend to do better with a white in your paints. Just a little bit, not much to change the white or change the color. It's more so that the color will show up better and more true, because paints are designed to have a white background. And people a lot of times will try to paint a color over another color, and then they get upset because they're not getting the true color that they thought they had bought or whatever. So I always keep a little bit of water on hand. I've got a multitude of brushes, so if you see me using different brushes, this right here is a standard chip brush. I'll use all different kinds. I say you should use the biggest brush you can get away with, and then work your way down to the smallest one that you absolutely need. So what I'm doing now is I'm going with the grain and painting a base coat. So I'll be back in a minute after I'm done with that. Now that it's starting to dry a little bit, this is when I like to just kind of do some minor little bitties. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something. Take a scruffy brush here. Take some red, some white. Yeah. Take this red and white, make some pink. Okay, now that paint's still too tacky. All right. Can't do that. Wrong brush. Right idea, wrong application for the brush. But this right here, just kind of going over where I messed up a little bit. And this is a very light fan brush. I normally use it for bigger feathers when I'm doing grass, things of that nature. This is a very cheap fan brush right here. Very cheap, but it works. Now I can go back with something a little softer. Get some white. Go even lighter with the pink. Now we can kind of get that going a little bit. And because the paint's still wet a little bit, you're going to have some of this blue shining through. You can't do anything about that. except there is a trick. You can thin down your paint sometimes, because a thin paint will glide over a thick paint. And so what I do, see, like that, I can thin it down just ever so slightly. Some more. Just like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that water. And so with water, there's a trick. There's an old saying, as above, so below. So what you do is where you think your horizon line's going to be, just pull it down. Pull it down, and that will give a reflection. And don't have to be that much, but just a little bit. There we go. We'll be right back, let that dry, and we'll go from there. This has had time to dry. We're just going to take this and do this cloud here that we had originally started doing. And this is take just a little bit of that orange, put in there. It's actually a peach, but kind of goes a little orange. If you just kind of do little swirling motions, like little circles, it all looks kind of nice. Alrighty. Perfect. Now, this is where we have some fun. Okay guys, been having some problems lately. So what I'm doing here is I just went ahead and made some dark little dots mimicking trees in the background. Then I took a little bit of water and just kind of went down on it. I used raw sienna, or raw umber and burnt sienna for this, and that's just the background. Alright, I think that I want to have a little bit of water, so I'm taking a little bit of purple and a little bit of white and mixing this together. Because I'm wanting a little bit more. So I'm just kind of doing this real light. Then I'm gonna come back. I think I'm gonna come back with, let's do phthalo blue. Phthalo blue is a good dark vibrant blue. Don't take much did it. So just take a little bit of that, mix that in with the purple. There we go. And there we go. Oh, I like that. So we're going to just keep that line going. There we go. Just there we go. You always want to do your reflections down and your water to the side. All right. Oh yeah. Keep that dark. You want. That's where a lot of people mess up. They don't like to embrace the darkness in a painting. You know, you got to have darkness. It's like life. I mean, we have dark times. I don't like them, but sometimes you have to embrace it. That's a lot better. Because if you don't have the dark, that light will become too bright and you can't tell differences. And I want there to be differences. Now let's go with some dark. So I've got a green here. This right here is phthalo green. And phthalo green is another very dark color, very vibrant. And I'm going to just add, because it's so bright, I'm going to add just a little bit of burnt umber to that. We're not going to get it so bright that it blinds you. We're getting some difference going on here. And just kind of touching. And just doing the tops, just the tops. Okay, that's key, just the tops of this. Now, I'm gonna take me a little scruffy brush, any scruffy brush I do, probably a little bit too big, but we'll call that good. And actually I'm gonna paint this. See if that helps. Alright. Really didn't do that much difference. This might work better. Yeah, that does it. Bristles were a little bit too thick for that. This is a little lighter. This is actually a children's brush set that I found at Walmart one time. And I thought it's so weird we give children junk. I don't know why we give children junk and expect them to do stuff with it. this had a really good amount of variety of brushes, so that a child that wanted to learn how to paint could do a fairly decent job. It was impressive. Naturally, they don't make it anymore. I just love that. You know, it worked. It was good. It was positive. Let's discontinue it. Is that being too negative? Or is that just being real? Let me know in the comments. I'm now mixing some white. And then I've got this. It's a yellow ochre is what I'm doing. So I've got some white and yellow ochre. Mixing it together. And then I'm getting some grass green. And then this very lightly, very lightly, very lightly. Not much, not much. I'm going to give the illusion. And you just kind of want to figure out where that light's coming in. I'm saying it's coming in at this angle, so I'm just kind of carry it all the way through. There's going to be some areas that have more, some areas that have less. Just understand that. And that's going to be that opposite side there. Ooh, got some bright stuff here. Yeah. As we do this, just lightly, 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 lightly. Okay. And then we want to take some of that and we want to bring it down. Let's get some of that dark from that and bring it down. Oh yeah. There you go, there you go. Everybody's so afraid to use the darks. Don't. That. I'll just take this dry brush. Doesn't hurt to have a dry brush. Just kind of pull it down. Don't worry about it. Alright. Now, we'll take a little bit of this. Light. We'll do it like that. There we go. Just very, very, very light. Now, this dry brush here. You can always dry your brushes off with a piece of cotton, paper towel, anything. Okay? As long as it's absorbent, you can throw it away, it doesn't matter. I'll take yeah. I'll take this chip brush and I'm gonna do a little bit of that base that I did before of green and brown, and do some of this. And I'm going to take a little bit of this umber and take me a liner brush. Take this liner brush. Take that brown. Actually, that's black there. Oh well, it'll work. We'll have a good horizon line and short line there. So I'm kind of making my land. As I do that, go ahead and I'm going to take that. We'll have some little trees. Just make some little make it look like a little thicket right in there. Do a little whoopsie doos. Alright, now take we'll take that white and a little bit of that purple that we mixed up. Now I'm going to do a little bit of it's going to give the illusion of water because you got that streakness. Don't worry about it too much. And then go back here. Use that same liner brush that I've been playing with. I'm going to go into this dark color here. And just trying to get some dark colors going. Lots of dark colors. this is where this will get in to play. Take just a little bit of this orange, or this grass green, and just lightly dab this in. A little bit darker because it's too dark, or not dark enough, sorry, it's too light. So I'm going back in, getting this darker. And that's okay, it's all okay. Now, take this, dry this off a little bit. Get that grass green a little bit wetter, a little bit too wet there, but it'll work. A little bit of umber. Now alright, just kind of let the paint stick to what it wants to stick to. If it don't want to stick, don't make it. Alright? Alright, now take just a little bit of this sienna, or this yellow ochre, sorry. And this can go right here. Just a little bit, 3 hairs and some hair, not much. Trying to get some form going now. Okay. Maybe there's one right here. Ooh, that's a sparkler. That's right there. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then you can have some of this going up like that. There we go. And over here, I want some of that right in here. Just kind of want a little bit of this is going to make sense in just a minute. But I want some of that dark right here. I'm going to let this dry. I'll be back in a little bit. After all this dry, I'm gonna make all this kind of cohesive make sense. Alright, I've got a special manicure brush here. What I'm doing is I'm just going to take it and mix some white with some yellow ochre and just kind of do some little whoopsie doos here. I'll take some green too. Some white, some grass green, a little bit of water. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to take a little bit of black, run this through here. Okay. Now we'll start with the fun. Get this brush. And this has actually got what I want. I'll take some white and a little bit of blue. We're going to come over here and paint this. Okay. Now, take this right here, mix a little white and blue and black. Get a nice little blue-gray going on here. And this right here, we'll shape this up a little bit. Go ahead and do some logs. Alright, so I'm not really liking that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little area here. And I'm just going to basically make an area that's got some different stuff going on here. And this will make sense in a minute. No more. You'll see what that is in just a minute. But that's the thing, sometimes you don't like what you're doing. You need to have a little something different. You need it to be a little bit different. So all I'm doing is taking some burnt umber and just fixing that. I'll be back in a minute with this. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of making a doing this, bringing this down. Now take this and we're going to make this like some trees. Do some now because we got that down there, we're going to cut in some white. Cut in a little bit right here. And then this right here, hairs are separating. Alright. Now we're going to let this dry. I'm going to come back and we're going to cut this in. It'll all make sense in a second. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to do very dark roughing in. Now I'm going to use this brush here and I'm going to get some lines going. With that, I'm going to take this black, we'll mix it, just a skosh of white, not much, more. Keep forgetting this is cheap white. And I'm going to do the illusion of shingles. Put some extra white in the very top, because that will get seen. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit more. Okay. Just barely touching that. Then I'm going to take this blue and white, mix in some black in here. I want this to be kind of grayish, bluish thing. All right. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of black and I'm going to make a line Then cut me out what looks like a window. Do some lines here. If you think your brush too wet, you can always dry it off on something. And I just want to lightly cut in what appears to be a window. Cut in and that right there is too wet, so we're gonna let that dry. Alright, so I got carried away evidently, and I painted a few little things. I painted a little bird there, and I cleaned this up a little bit. So I wasn't even thinking about the camera being on, and so I did fix that up a little bit, did put a little accent piece. Now what I want to do is take some dark, and I mean some dark, like black dark, and I just kind of want to come in here and I want to just kind of bring this down, make this like bushes, so that this some type of little house or something over there, a covered bridge, some type of little structure that maybe is falling apart, just to give an idea. And if you push up just a little bit on your brush, it'll sometimes give the illusion of leaves. That's all I'm trying to do here. I'll be right back. Alright, so I just took a little grass green, some yellow ochre, white, and I'm going to take some of this grass green because that's going to be darker over here. Not much. I want some dark though. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a little bit of black. There we go. And then dry this off fairly well. Don't have to be that well, but fairly well. Mix some yellow ochre in there and just do the lightest. Oops. There we go. Alrighty. And over here, do some of that as well. I think I'm gonna call that good. With that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my name. sign it and call it good. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was definitely a fun one to paint. I enjoyed it. I've been inspired by some buildings lately. So that one was kind of inspired by a covered bridge up in northern Alabama. I've got a few other ones that'll be coming along down the pike that they got some other things that inspired me. So I hope you watch them. If you have anything that you wish for me to paint or wish for me to do, I'll be happy to do that. Just let me know. I'm always willing to work with my viewers and give y'all what you want, so long as I'm accurately portraying my life. I mean, I've got to be true to me, and I think that if you're watching this video, that's what you appreciate, that I'm true to me. So if you want to see something, if it's not too outlandish, I'll probably do it, because I'm that kind of guy, you know. So if you want to see some other type of paintings, you want me to do something else, let me know. I understand painting is not everybody's cup of tea, artwork is not everybody's cup of tea, but how many times in your life are you going to see a feather painting? And especially somebody showing you how to paint on feathers. This is a rarity, so I thought you'd enjoy it. Lately, a lot of people have asked how they can help out the channel. Now, there's Patreon, which is one of those self-fulfilling prophecies. If you don't do anything because there's no interest, you never will get interest, and there's only so many hours in a day, so I've just let Patreon fall by the wayside. I guess I shouldn't, but nobody was doing anything with Patreon, so I didn't do anything with Patreon. There's super thanks that you can do, and you know that's something that's always been there that you can do for channels to help them out, and anytime you do something like that, it's greatly appreciated. But another thing that you can do is when we get sponsorships, sometimes they come with little benefits or perks. And one of the ones that I did a while back, if you haven't watched the fioboc shirt review, this is one of the shirts. And I did that review, and it opened up my eyes to some things. And I was just absolutely impressed by fioboc. And I guess they saw something in me, and they asked for me to be a brand ambassador. So what does that mean? What does a brand ambassador mean? Simply put, it means that I get a promo code that I give to you, and that promo code gives you a discount. And then when you use that discount at the link I give you, I get a little fee back. All right, so I get a small commission. So fioboc, they make t-shirts and make socks and make shorts, sweaters, you name it. They do menswear right. And so you can go to the link down in the description, use my promo code KenJo882 to get 20% off, and you'll get the best, most comfortable shirt, socks, shorts. These things, they have four-way stretch. They don't deform. They have wicking technology. It is fantastic, and I think you'll love them. With that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. This channel has been growing. We're slowly edging up. When I get to 5,000 subscribers, I kind of want to figure out some type of giveaway program. I want to do something. So please let me know what you would like for me to do for a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. If you're not subscribed already, please, it's free. Hit that subscription button. hit that notification bell. YouTube will notify you when I have new videos come out. I really would appreciate that. Also, give this video a like. You don't have to comment, nothing else. Just give it a like. That's called an engagement. YouTube loves that kind of stuff. And if you're subscribed and you hit the like button, you're considered to be a more valuable viewer to YouTube than if you do nothing. All right? So that's a good way to help out the channel. And if you like this video, you might like this video here. There's a video over here you might like. And down below, there's another video that YouTube thinks that you would like of my content based off of your viewer preferences. And the reason why I say that is because this video is over with. Bye.